Veteran Salute is sponsored by the Devon James Injury Lawyers.
Welcome back. It was the glitz and glamour of the sailor in Hollywood that convinced Bill Sloan the Navy was the branch to join.
So he signed up to serve when he was 17 years old, and as Gwen Bevel and photojournalist Nick Kiefer shows us, he was off to boot camp in San Diego in no time.
That's right, and after that, Bill Sloan headed to torpedo school, but that doesn't mean he ever fired one. If you take a walk down memory lane with Bill Sloan,
there she is.
He's got a lot to share.
It had 1,200 pounds of TNT in it.
And this torpedo man can tell you exactly how this weapon really works.
When you pull this back, all this stuff happens just bang, bang.
The sailor was a key player in ensuring torpedoes were ready for battle.
You have to have somebody to overhaul them. And that's where I came in. We had a little shop.
The little shop was based out of a Quonset hut.
It was very interesting what we did.
And Sloan has fond memories of the men he worked with there on Tulagi Island in the South Pacific.
I think back of my buddies, you know.
Sloan says he cherishes this professional photo since many of his World War II buddies are now gone. He says this was captured when their unit bought more war bonds than any other. He says the only tricky part of making this sign for such an occasion was that he didn't have a paintbrush.
So I took a match, a wood match, and just bit the end of it to kind of soften it up, and then I used that for a little brush.
Sloan also remembers how this group of guys was entertained at USO shows. He says the troops enjoyed greats like Bob Hope and Jack Benny, but says one act fell flat.
These guys on that island, they didn't care nothing about ballet dancing. They wanted to hear Turkey in the Straw and stuff like that. You know, they were wild, you know, they hadn't seen no women.
He says the sailors eventually made it back to their loved ones on board an Army ship. He says a band on the dock first played the Cason song.
And then they played for the Marines, and then they played the Navy. And we had one guy on from the Coast Guard. And they said, you get off with the Navy guys, we don't even know how to play the song for the Coast Guard, so he got off with us.
Sloan says he enjoyed every day he spent in the Navy, and if given the chance, he would do it all over again. The 94-year-old still walks every day.
Well, there it is.
Perhaps that's why he doesn't feel like he's aged too much.
No, I haven't changed a whole lot.
Since he overhauled these in the Pacific. Sloan says there was a PT base at the opposite end of the island where he served. He says President Kennedy spent time there at that base, and although he says he never laid eyes on him, he says there's now a memorial at Tulagi marking the former commander-in-chief's time in World War II. Here for you, Gwen Bevel, KSN News 3.
Tonight we salute Bill Sloan for his service during World War II.
The Devon James Injury Lawyers here with World War II Navyman Bill Sloan, who served our country right off Guadalcanal starting at the age of 17. On behalf of all of Kansas, thank you for your service.
Well, thank you for thanking me.
Veteran Salute is sponsored by the Devon James Injury Lawyers.